and make sure you don't chop your money on the side. Like, you reserved the house last year December, now come March 2022, you don't chop your deposit, please, I beg you. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. It's your girl Kay
and your boy DD.
Welcome back. So we are a travel vlogs and property channel, so if you enjoy that kind of content, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And also, if you find this video useful and if it helps you in any way, make sure to leave us a comment and also a like, so that we know this is the kind of content you would like to see. But yeah, let's get into today's video. We're going to be talking about our experience of buying a new build property in Scotland. So this is going to be our personal experience and what we went through. So people's experiences may differ depending on the location and just, you know, personal circumstances, but this is more of what we went through, and hopefully it helps somebody out there who's looking to buy properties. And we do showcase quite a lot of properties on our channel, especially new builds, so we do now, I feel we kind of have knowledge of
what to look out for and basically the process within buying. So going from seeing the house that you love, your dream house, within pictures on the agency's website, to pretty much getting everything in place and to collecting your keys. So we've gone through that process ourselves, and we'd like to share our knowledge with you guys, basically help you guys along the way, whichever part of the journey you guys are on.
But before we get into today's video, I just wanted to mention our sponsor in this video. So this video is brought to you by Ana Luisa. So Ana Luisa is an incredible brand, and they have an incredible range of jewelry. They've got rings, they've got earrings, they've got necklaces, you know, they've got so much more. And I'm currently wearing the Chloe ring, which is absolutely stunning, and I'm also wearing the Song Gold. I love jewelry. Like, whenever we're going out, I'm always wearing jewelry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do they do male rings? Because they're quite cool.
Yeah, like, honestly, you guys, they're absolutely incredible. I love the earrings. I'm kind of wearing the earrings as well. They're really small, which is what I like, because I don't really like heavy jewelry. I like the fact that they're simple, and they, you know, they sell luxury jewelry for an affordable price, which I think is great. And I think they have something for everybody. But yeah, I really love my rings, so I absolutely recommend checking out Ana Luisa. You can use the link in my description box below if you'd like to purchase anything. And if you do want to purchase something, I've got you guys, you can use our discount code
KDD10. It'll be in the description box below. So guys, shop away. Step
number one for when you're purchasing a new build property, and I think this step is important for anybody who's looking to purchase a property, and I think it's the most important thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much the make or break part of it.
Yeah, which is save up for your deposit. This is highly important. I think if you're thinking to buy, you know, if you're thinking of buying a property, start early saving up your money. Start super early, because it will give you enough time to save up enough to be able to cover, you know,
and it will give you an idea of basically what you're looking for and what you can afford as well, really. So it's very important to, as well as saving up, you need, first of all, you need to know basically the price of what you're going for, or the price range and the location, etc. So, but yeah, saving up is very important.
Yeah, it's really important. Like, for example, in our case, we ended up paying about 15% of, you know, the price of the property, which is a lot. So thankfully we did save quite a bit of money. And another important thing I would like to mention is make sure you have something extra on top of that for hidden costs, especially when you're buying a new build property. Sometimes you won't know little things that you will need to pay for, which will come later on when you do buy the house, and you're, you know, it can come as a surprise to you. And so make sure you have a little bit extra. Even if you're buying an older house, I think it's important to have that bit extra. So say maybe you move in and you want to change stuff. Maybe you want to change the kitchen, you want to change the toilet. At least you can use, you know, that money, that extra money, to purchase those things.
Exactly. So, but with new builds anyway, one thing that from experience I didn't know about was that a lot of new builders, they don't really give you like the loan for the back or anything like that. So that's something you need to save up for or have extra for. And also the flooring, we'll go into that, but with the flooring, we didn't have any flooring, so we had to do the flooring ourselves. You can of course opt to go through the provider, let the provider do, or the builder do your flooring, do your back, etc. But that's with an extra charge. So we decided we were going to just do that ourselves because we know people around who do those kind of things, landscapers, etc. So we were able to get in contact with those. So if it's something that you want to avoid doing yourself, then you can go ahead, go through your builder, but you might find it cheaper to do it yourself. But the point being is definitely have money set aside for that, or save up money, because the spending doesn't just end with your deposit payment. It keeps going on after that.
So the second thing you need to do is find a builder in the areas that you would like to move to. So you can have a short list of the different areas that you'd like to move to, and just go on Google or even Rightmove, search for the properties that you want, whether you want a 3-bedroom property, 4-bedroom property. Have a wee look, Google, and find the right builder. So once you're able to find the builder, then you can make an appointment to go there and have a discussion. And during that time, you'll be able to see what they can offer you, what comes with the property, how much the properties are going for, when they're most likely to complete the build of the property. So stuff like that. And also an important thing is you'll be able to see the show homes. So the show homes gives you a good idea of
quality of the finish. And another thing is make sure you guys shop around, like basically go through different builders. Like Kay says, have a short list, maybe 5 different builders, go and see their different show homes. It will give you an idea of, first of all, the quality of the finish, and basically the size of the rooms, which could be very important.
Yeah.
The size of the rooms, the kitchen, everything, what it comes with, and that way you're able to compare. Because when we were doing it, we saw some builders, we thought, this is great. And some of the rooms, they says, it's 4 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms or whatever, but some rooms were double, some rooms were single. Even the ones they classed as double, they were actually pretty small for a double. So that's sort of things, we wouldn't have known that until we saw other builders.
Yeah.
So don't just stick to the one builder or be wowed the first house you go to, because chances are you might be wowed with another one.
Exactly.
And then that way you can compare between and you can get the right house for yourself. And another thing is you're able to see the price range that you're going for. You're able to see if you're getting your money's worth.
Exactly. And another important thing I think is, with going there and actually physically seeing the properties, is you want to make sure your money stretches. Like, you don't want to buy a tiny property, you're spending so much money, and then the property is so cramped and it's so small. I know naturally, houses in the UK are quite small, but I feel like you can get your money's worth if you shop around. So like, you would go to the shops to buy food, you would sometimes go to Tesco, Asda, Lidl, until you get the right price. I feel like with a house, because it's your house at the end of the day,
It's even more important.
It's more important. So make sure you shop around.
Because even though if you're going through a mortgage, right, technically speaking, you're still buying that. So if you get something that's maybe 200,000 or 100,000, whatever, you're going to be paying for that all over time. So you need to make sure you get your money's worth. You may not fork that out yet because you're paying the deposit, but nevertheless, for the rest of your life or for a good while of your life, you're going to be paying that. So make sure it's worth it and you're happy every time the payment leaves, that you're happy that you made the right decision.
So once you've visited the builders and you've settled on the builder you'd like to go for, and you're happy and you want to go ahead with that particular builder, make sure you get a mortgage in principle, which is so important. You need to get a mortgage in principle because that allows you to know how much lenders are willing to give you. So you can't just be like, okay, I want that £1 million house, and then the mortgage lender is like, no, I can actually only give you
50k.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's really important, so you don't get disappointed as well. So make sure you get a mortgage in principle, something that you can, is sustainable, you can sustain long term, and you can afford as well. So make sure it's within your budget. So when you're looking for a house, make sure it's within your budget and you can afford it, and you can keep up with the mortgage payments, because like they say, if you don't keep up with your mortgages, they can come and take the house away. So that's really important.
And also with the mortgage in principle, you could also get it before. You can just, while you're shopping around, just to kind of gauge, fair enough, see that, okay, you're going for something that's 200k, and you want to make sure that you're going to be able to afford that or be able to get a loan for that. why not do your mortgage in principle comparison websites? I don't think it affects your credit score. It didn't affect mine. So just the comparison websites, make sure you're able to get your mortgage in principle beforehand, because there'll be nothing worse than you say, okay, I see this house, this beautiful house that I want. You say to the guys, look, I'm going to reserve it, but you don't have your mortgage in principle. And by the time you go ahead and try to get your mortgage in principle, the house is already gone, because demand is high for houses. So make sure you have those things in place, possibly beforehand.
Absolutely, yeah. Like he said, that's another thing I didn't mention. You know, houses that going fast these days, so make sure you have those things in place. And
there was one house we were even looking at. You know, by the time we went from right move to calling the guys, it was off. It was good. In fact, it was available. And then we're like, okay, cool. We hung up and we're gonna sort things out.
Yeah, we wanted to go see the show home.
Yeah, we wanted to see the show home.
By the time we finished seeing the show home, we got out that show home.
It
was gone. But I feel like everything happens for a reason, because we ended up getting a better house. So
but
I can't wait.
But make sure you get your things in place beforehand.
While we're on the topic of mortgage and money, I wanted to just mention there are schemes out there to help you if you're buying your house. So there's schemes such as Help to Buy and First Home Buyer scheme. So these are different schemes that are available to everybody within the UK, but there's obviously different rules and against it in different locations. We personally didn't use any of them, but I think if it's something that you're interested in, we can do a separate video kind of breaking it down for you, just to have a bit more understanding. But it's quite good, and I think say maybe you like a property but you feel like you don't really have enough money, I think these schemes are really, really good. Or maybe you want to buy your first home, I think they're good. For example, the First Home Buy scheme, I think is good because it will allow you to own a property for the first time, but with obviously a little bit of help from the government.
Which is always good, because at the end of the day, if you get money towards your deposit, that means you've got more money towards actually doing the house up, because you need to furnish the house. There's a lot of work that needs to be done after you move in. So the more money you have left over after the deposit, the better.
Fourth point now is you've seen the house that you want to go for, and finally it's time to reserve. So you need to go back to your builder, and then you'll be able to reserve the property. You need to pay a fee, which is the reservation fee, but this reservation fee goes towards your final deposit. So it's not money that you're just dashing the builder. This is money that's going to go towards your house. So so you pay that, and you'll be able to sign something for now before you do the final missives. You conclude all the missives, and they take it off the market and they start building it. And you currently now are obliged. Well, you're not obliged, are you?
Well, until you sign the missive, it's kind of an open contract.
Yeah.
The minute you sign the missive, that's when you're bound by that contract.
Yeah, like you know.
Same with the builder, they're also bound by the contract to give you a house. They can't say, we're gonna do this, and then come the date, and they don't have anything. You can, I don't know, I'm no paralegal, but I'm guessing you can probably take them to court or have some legal implications as to if they don't have it. Just like if you say, I'm gonna go ahead and buy this house, and you sign the missive, you're bound by that contract. If you don't uphold your end of the bargain, then I'm sure there'll be legal implications. But nevertheless, until the missive is signed, it's pretty much open anyway.
So now the builder will also tell you the completion date, and then they'll also tell you when the missives have to be concluded. So ensure you have a lawyer in place who's going to be handling all this stuff for you. So before the missives are concluded, they give you 4 weeks for both of you guys, the builder and yourselves. And you have 4 weeks. So the builder will send all the documentations to your lawyer, and then your lawyer needs to agree, and you both, you need to sign, and then the builder's lawyer and your lawyer will be able to now come together and exchange the missive. So once that's done, and you also pay a 2% deposit towards your property, that's it done. After that, they can pretty much go ahead, start to build the house, and you'll have a date at that point when you can move in. The completion date can change, depending on the circumstances. For example, like last year and pretty much this year, we've dealt with so that delayed a lot of the properties.
Pandemic.
Exactly. So that delayed a lot of the properties being built on time. So stuff like that, and even weather permitting, sometimes the builders can't actually get out.
They can't go and build a house in a hurricane. So,
Exactly.
so it needs to be.
Yeah.
There is some leeway for like the project going to the right side, like basically being delayed, etc. But again, this is the builder shouldn't, or they wouldn't, but they really shouldn't keep you in the dark with this. They should let you know straight up, like, okay, this is the issue, this is that. Just like yourself, if in case, like in terms of making payments or anything towards the missives or anything, you should be in close communication with your builder. So if the project is going to go or the build is going to be delayed, then your builder will let you know.
The fifth point that I would like to mention is that, so while now you finally concluded your missives, you can now go, they'll make an appointment for you to go and choose your kitchen. So this is the exciting part, especially for us women, you know. You can go over, you can pick what you want, what color cabinets you want for your kitchen, what tiles you want for your bathrooms, you know, your downstairs bathroom, your upstairs bathrooms, everywhere, your kitchen tiles, everything. This is the point where you can go and pick what you want in your house. And I think it's really important, because I feel this is really good. This is one thing I like about new builds, is because you can actually choose and personalize your house to your own taste. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with buying an older house, but sometimes, you know, you can buy an older house and most likely you may not like what they have in that house, because maybe that person built that house or did that house, you know, for their taste. So with a new build, you can kind of pick and choose the things that you like and personalize your house to your own taste, because you're practically building your own house. So make sure you go over the stuff with the builder, make sure you go for what you want exactly, and ensure they give you what you want, because I know sometimes things can go wrong where they pull your neighbor's kitchen in your house. So make sure you keep up
if
to
it's
them.
a nicer kitchen, then just stay quiet.
But yeah, you know, so things like that I think are really important. So ensure you go and, you know, make sure you make regular appointments to check, you know, what's going on with your house. Go and check, like, don't be afraid to go over, like, drive there, check what they're doing, because, you know, they can be telling you one thing over the phone and another thing is happening over there, because, you know, you're paying a lot of money for that house. So ensure you're, you know, going over all the time to the site. And also make sure you get the site manager's number. I think this is really important. Build a relationship with the site manager, because if something is to go wrong, you can easily contact the site manager and he'll be able to fix it. But if you don't have that relationship, you may find it a little bit difficult. We had a fantastic site manager. I mean, we had a couple of issues, for example, with like our fence and things like that. Like, you know, when it was time for the completion day, we're having issues with that, but we had a really, really good site manager. Honestly, he was fantastic.
It was on point.
Yeah, he really helped us and he pushed things, you know, to go smoothly, and we were happy with that. So yeah, so make sure you get the site manager's number.
Make sure that what's in your contract is what you're getting, because legally they have to give you what's written in the contract, right? And some builders, obviously, they may not deliberately do it, but things might be overlooked where they state they're going to give you this, but they don't give you that, for instance. And it's you that's paying for it. And if they state, I'm going to give you this, let's say a wall or something around your house, and they build the house, you don't have the wall. Once you sign the document and they sign the house over to you and you release the funds, etc., it's kind of it's on you to build that wall yourself.
Or
you
to
know?
be pushing it. And
Or to be pushing
you'll
it.
be constantly on the phone. So yeah, like Didi is saying, I feel like it's important to sort out any issues before you move into that house, because it's easier to sort things out before you're inside. Because the minute you step inside that house, trust me, you're not guaranteed that they're going to
do it.
You know,
especially
fix it for
if
you.
You've released the funds. Make sure before you release the money,
your lawyer, tell your lawyer that.
Yeah, make sure
you talk to your lawyer. You know, to make sure that, you know, those things are in place.
Yeah, exactly, and let them know that you're what's up, basically, because the minute you release your money, that's it. Things become a lot harder
Difficult.
to do.
Absolutely. Final and sixth point is the completion date. So when the completion date now finally comes, your house is finished, you're ready to go. This is the most important day for both yourself, the builder, the lawyers, and everybody, because this is the day where you can finally, you know, have the keys and move in best. You can
See what
even
you
move
bought.
in. This is the day where now you will be able to pay your full deposit. So the money that you paid, the 2%, you paid for the missives and the reservation fee, all that will go towards the deposit. And also within that deposit, your lawyer will most likely include the lawyer fees, mortgage fees, all that kind of stuff. He'll put it together and then he'll deduct what you've already paid, and that will go towards your final deposit. And the bank that you decide to go for, the lender, will also send over the funds to the builder once you sign everything and you agree to the mortgage agreement and stuff like that. So that day is pretty much the day where you finalize everything. You sign over, you know, your documents, you pay your deposit, and the builder, you can go over if you want on the same day if you have time to collect your keys. Something I forgot to mention is before the completion date, you will have an appointment before you move in, before you even conclude the final documents. You'll be able to come to see the house, and the site manager will be able to walk through every single room, and also you'll be able to check the rooms if everything is okay. And also you can get somebody a surveyor basically to come and value your house. This is important because you want to know, you want to make sure your house is actually valuable and it's worth something. Your mortgage provider will also do their own valuation, obviously, because they wouldn't just lend you money, because they're technically purchasing that property for you if they know it's worthless. So they'll send their own and they'll come and value the property. So this is important, and you yourself, you can get a private one to come and do it so that you know the value of your property. But yeah, these are things just to keep an eye on. But yeah, the completion day is a fantastic day. It can be a bit stressful because sometimes things are not ready, but because you've already kind of agreed on that date, you yourself and the builder, you kind of have to go through with it. So it can be a bit difficult. So just ensure everything is done and everything is in place before that day comes, so that way everything can just go smoothly. And make sure you don't chop your money on the side, like you reserved the house last year December, now come March 2022, you don't chop your deposit, please, I beg you. Make sure you don't eat your deposit. Make sure your money is in there, because you'll be crying. Because if you don't have that money, what you gonna do, sir?
You can chop suya after you get your house.
Exactly. So that's it. That's our story. That's our personal story, our personal experience of buying a new build property in Scotland. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave us a comment. Let us know if you're planning on buying a new build property, or if you bought a new build property, what your experiences were, and also if you found any of the information useful. Make sure you let us know. Leave us a comment. If you have any questions at all, you can also send us an email, or you can drop us a DM on our Instagram. I'll also link my Instagram in the description box below.
It goes down in the DMs.
But yeah, you guys, again, I'd like to say thank you to our sponsor of today's video, Ana Luisa. They're absolutely fantastic. Don't forget to shop with them. I'll put the link in my description box below. Make sure you check them out, guys. They're absolutely fantastic. These are stunning. I'm about to go out now, so I'm gonna go out and rock these jewelry. I just love them. I feel so good. Like, the rings are just stunning. Like, I love this. Like,
they're nice, actually.
It's stunning, isn't it? Yeah, I love it. So make sure you go and check out Ana Luisa. But yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in our next one.
Peace.